All right. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, check that better. Yeah, I had to redo the whole live stream just in case anybody's wondering. Because when I did it the first time, I set the wrong audio recording device. So I had to start all over again after just the first couple minutes. But it was just me getting ready. And I spent like half an hour more getting ready for this little live stream here. So in a couple minutes, I'll start. Hello, check that better. I'll start pretty soon. Pretty soon. All right, I'm starting now. Hey, everybody, how's it going? This is Sergio Dominguez with another live stream. So, so how's it going? So, what is this? What is all this? Well, last live stream I did, me animating and hand-drawn animation. So, with this one, I want to do stop motion. I want to animate stop motion in front of you guys in real time, live. So I have this ball of Play-Doh. I shouldn't have touched it, but whatever, it's okay. This ball of Play-Doh, this white sketchbook background, and here is a webcam that's connected to a different computer while you're watching from another webcam from another computer, and everything's set to animate in stop motion, okay? You know, other than hand-drawn 2D animation, stop motion is my second favorite form of animation. So I wanted to, show you guys how I make this, and maybe while I'm animating, you have questions about stop motion or about the show and stop motion or stuff like that. So that's what this live stream is going to be about: me animating and maybe answering some questions if anybody's in the chat. Just about the show and animation and stop motion in this case. So lighting is set. What is? Hold on. Yep. So lighting is set. This little ball is set. Background set. I have this set a little bit closer in another screen, so it's going to be a little bit better. Let's see if just the light's a teeny bit more, but it's so bright. Kind of looks not that bright from the other preview of the other screen, but yeah, that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to start animating any second. All right, so here I go. Here's the first frame. I have everything set here. Good, and there we go. First frame captured. Now I'm just here to play, so I'm just randomly just moving it a little bit. All right. That is, you hear obviously the photograph clicking of the character, and that's what I'm doing throughout this stream for about an hour or so. Pushing this little clay ball around. Obviously, when I'm done with this live stream, whenever that is, I'm going to take all those frames I animated and turn into video and upload that to the Sergio Studios Extra channel. Just going to focus on this for a couple minutes until things happen. Yeah, I'm just improvising while I animate. With the hand-drawn stream video that I did a little over a week ago, bumped the camera, but I take this camera down, so maybe it's stayed still. Try to tighten it. But let's see. There we go. With the hand-drawn animation one, obviously I did some key poses before I started animating. Then animate to the key poses with, in-betweens and stuff like that. And that's how that happened. I think while setting everything up, the focus is on the webcam and not on this, but my mistake. But it's okay, because ultimately you will see this a lot more focused in the fifth final video when I'm done with this. So all right, no problem. So, yeah. Stop motion animation. Throughout the show, I've done stop motion animation. Obviously, the animation form that I've used the most is 2D animation, specifically keyframe puppet animation. Took one drawing, give it, rigs and pegs and stuff, and the computer does most of the in between, kind of, and that's how that form of animation I've worked on. I've done some hand drawn, and also I've done stop motion. So that's how this happened. So I've done stop motion before the show a little bit as a practice before I really wanted to get into animation, get some software. But the way I had to deal with making stop motion at the time was I didn't have any proper stop motion animation software over the years. Sorry, I cut off the audio on purpose. I was talking to somebody off camera. So yeah, for me to make stop motion animation at a time like over a decade ago with no actual animation software stop motion related, I did have to use other methods like I had Windows Movie Maker, and in Windows Movie Maker you could record videos, and you can control how long you control the video. So it was with stop and start. So I was like, if I just press stop and start real quick, I'll be like capturing kind of like a frame, and that'll be stop motion. And that's the method that I used. I just press stop and start an old webcam on Windows Movie Maker over a decade ago, and that's how it worked. I didn't know how Windows Movie Maker really worked at the time, so I screwed up and didn't export any of them into a video or saved it properly. So the first couple of videos I've ever made animation wise was stop motion, and it never was saved properly. So it's lost those first couple of cartoons I've made. But yeah, that's what happened. But then one of the next stop motion videos I did save and export. You can see on the channel Sergio Studios Extra is a video called Mr. Handy. All I took was a snow mitt, a winter mitt. Put like these wires inside and put in front of a mirror, but it was a mirror, so I covered it with a towel, and I just improvised the animation with the same technique that I just told you earlier with Windows Movie Maker. That you can see, and it's pretty cute, and it was my early instance of stop motion that I finally saved. So that was stop motion for a while. Sorry, I got cut off again with somebody talking to me. But yeah, stop motion animation. So that was it for a while, and then I started doing stop motion for the show. The first episode was episode 11, and excuse me. So that was it for a while. When I got to doing a stop motion episode for the show, I still didn't have proper animation software for the show. But I found out about this free animation software that was available online. You probably know about this. You probably know about this called Stop Motion Animator. It's a free open source software, and I use that for both that episode of the show, episode 11, Stop Motion, and a couple of stop motion projects that I wanted to make for fun. I used my Homer Simpson toys for it. It used to be online, but I had to take it down for obvious reasons. So that was that for that one. So I used that, but it was still tough because for the show there was characters talking. It was Sergio character talking. So how do I make the character? How do I do the lip sync when the software for Toon Boom to do lip sync and the software to do stop motion were separate? So it was like weirdly challenging to do with lip sync and trying to match it up. And when the stop motion is done, I turn it into a video, and then I got to put the audio together and see if it syncs up well. It was a weirdly hard time at the time because I didn't have any good editing software either. So I used like this cheap editing software that came with like these webcams I bought. These cheap webcams. So that was my weird stop motion story about that. About the first episode. Yeah, dog. That was 2000. At the time, it was 2009, and then I decided after 3 years later, I would do another stop motion special. I want to do another one for a while, but once again, I didn't have proper software. But at the time, I had an iPod Touch with a camera. Excuse me, and I use that as a stop motion camera. I would use this, prop it up in front of the Sergio character in front of a newly remodeled stop motion set. So sorry, I'm just checking the software right now. It's processing like 2 frames. God, I hope the software doesn't crash. So with that in mind, I use the camera for the stop motion camera for the second stop motion special I did in 2012. And what I would do is, whenever I'm done animating a scene, I got all these frames in the camera. I would bring it into Toon Boom, and Toon Boom will play them out, play all the images out. The problem I found out about that method, which kind of worked, ultimately did work. You can see the episode. Is that Toon Boom, that version of Toon Boom Studio that I have cannot handle so many frames, so many high quality pictures at a time. So it would crash really easily. It would crash so hard. So there were problems like that because it would also, at the time when I did the lip sync, it would be digital mouths. The first special had paper mouths. But then I switched to digital mouths, so I would just move the mouth to the proper frame and stuff. So that was like the method from the second special onward to the other specials too. Excuse me. Yeah, one person here. But it's fine. Haven't done a live video in a while. Yeah, he's just wiggling around. I just want to do that for a little bit, and maybe in the last couple of frames, I'll mold him into a little person. We'll see. I'm just winging it. So that was the second special. By the third special, it would have been about like 6 years, right? To 2018. And the last time was 2012. So 6 years, yes. And even after 6 whole years, I still haven't gotten a proper animation software for stop motion yet. After all that time, so after that, I was like, I want to do another stop motion special. It's the 10th anniversary of the show. Obviously, that's so beloved stop motion, and I want to do that again. It's been a while. So how do I deal with it? I just took a webcam, did the same method, and capture all the frames with a webcam this time, high quality HD webcam. I think you saw it in the. No, you haven't seen it. You've seen the webcam somewhere else in a previous stream. I think it was for the hand drawn one. And excuse me. So you did the same thing like I did in the second special, but with a webcam. The webcam took the pictures, brought it into Toon Boom, set up the mouse, and then exported it as an official video. I built that stop motion monster, and I also made a brand new sect. And that was it. Same method. It's never gotten a stop motion software for all that time. All right, let me do a couple more frames, and I'm going to continue my little stop motion story experience. Six seconds of animation. Yeah, the hand drawn one. Obviously, that took a while to draw. I thought it would animate that quickly, but I realized I animate quicker. Other than keyframe animation, but also stop motion, because I'm just like moving and clicking, moving and the clicking, and I'm just having fun with it too. Things are just popping out here and there. Let me see if I can hide a smiley face under this. A little kind of haunting looking smiley face. So, come on, after 10 years in 2019, I finally bought some software that had stop motion animation to it. Pinnacle Studio software, and when it says it has stop motion animation in it, I'm like, okay, I'll do that, because I'm aware of the software Dragon Frame. That is the animation software for stop motion. But it's price is a little high. And I'm like, oh no, let me find another alternative, because the free ones, I've tried Monkey Jam and Stop Motion Animator. They're okay, but excuse me. Hold on. Okay. They're okay, but they're not in HD. I don't know why they're not upgraded to HD. and there's still some tools that I need that they don't have. One has that the other hasn't. I want onion skin. I also want to like edit the frames properly, proper playback, all that stuff. I wasn't getting it from that, and I just wanted those tools when I stop motion animate. That's why those stop motion early videos, it's like I was winging what was the previous frame because there was no onion skin, and editing some frames was difficult at the time. Oh, let me go back because the story. Not this is fine so far. What I'm talking about is Cinema Tour. One of my favorite videos. I wanted Cinema Tour was this short and a long time coming, and Cinema Tour had 2D animation, but it also wanted to have stop motion, including the most environments and the characters, like the 3 monsters and all that stuff. So, okay, I clicked. So, still didn't have software at the time for stop motion, so I used multiple different cameras. I did not just use one camera. I used multiple different cameras. I used, I think, 2 different webcams, a camcorder that takes pictures, and my phone. And throughout the scene, you can see the different kinds of cameras that I used. By the last couple of shots, I ultimately used my phone because I had the best quality. The problem is, like I said before, I imported all those pictures into Toon Boom, and it would play out and export into a video. Mistake with that is these are obviously too much high quality. It would crash easily. So how do I figure this out again? But this time with higher quality photos, and how do I piece them together and set them up? So I did try to find out how many high quality photos can Toon Boom handle before it crashes. That was the name of the game. There's only a certain amount of high quality photos Toon Boom can take before it says, okay, I'm out, bye, crash. So I counted, I put 1 by 1, and then there was a limit that it crashed. So I was like, okay, 1 less than that. Then I would take the group of frames from a scene, only put in the amount in order, the specific amount in order, then export it. Then take the following frames, put it in its own little pocket of amount that Toon Boom can handle, and export that again and again. Then when those frames become separate little movie clips, I would take all those separate clips, put them together in one clip in the video editor, and it becomes one whole animated scene. So that was the method I did. It was kind of cumbersome and long, but you know what? It worked, and the Cinema Tour became really good. I love the stop motion in it, even though I was still moving it blindly. But it worked in that case because the characters were giant old movie props, so it needed to move a very stilted, clunky wooden way. So it benefited that. The climax of that video where everything was moving around, we were in the prop room and the camera was moving, not the software. If you noticed, that was the only scene where a camera was moving POV style, but it was from the stop motion camera. Everything else was the software moving. Toon Boom's camera, digital camera. Excuse me. Get a drink of water. So yeah, I took my the camera on my phone and rig it to a special stand that had wheels, and just moved it around with a special button that I had that connected to the phone, and I pressed it like a stop motion camera, classic stop motion camera, but done digitally with my phone. So that's how that worked. I've done about 120. This will be frame 120. We're halfway through. There's 120 frames. I've done 10 seconds of animation, and he's only just wiggling around. So yeah, now's about time I make him do more things. Yeah, I was just moving him around and talking to you guys. Someone. Let's see about that. Let's see about that. I got it and you got it. Yes, we all got it. So, I'm going to write something in the chat. Oh, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. Bumped it. Yeah, you saw stuff. My apologies. I thought I got this thing locked down. I probably didn't get the turny thing like locked down properly, but oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna make him like I'm gonna see if I can make him go through a tube, then flatten down, then turn into a person. So after Cinema Tour, I want to do actually a couple more stop motions, but well, actually I took a break from it. Now I remember I took a break from it until I found out about this editing software that had stop motion animation in it. I was like, I gotta buy it. I gotta buy it. I'm tired of this. Trying to make stop motion animation so gosh darn blindly for over a decade. You know? So finally bought it, downloaded it, and it worked perfectly, and it was coming out great. So I was like, I gotta make episodes of the Sergio Show using stop motion again. Now that I finally got some tools. So I did one where I was like, well, there's one that you already saw, where it was a classic paper cutout, or I'll recommend you watching classic paper cutout because the show is digitally cut out. So I was like, let me revert to classic flat paper stop motion cutout without any help from the computer. Sorry about the dog. Yeah, this is Play-Doh, so it will get dry, but I've had this in a bag for a while. Give me a second, folks. All right, sorry, we're back, folks. I'm sorry for the quick break. I was just checking something, but yeah, just checking on my my dog's son. He took a break. Found out he ran away a little bit, but he was caught and he's back here and he's just fine. Yeah, well, I was doing this, so yeah, I'm just making this shape. Did I get captured? No. All right, I'm gonna just squish it. I'll make a nice quick one. Make him go nice and flat. Oh, Frank, are you sad? I'll let you out, but you're gonna have to stay here because you try to run off. So stay here. Stay with your dad. Oh, you want to leave, don't you? So let me get back to my special little story. I can do 15 seconds of animation with this. Sure. We're at 12. I can do 3 more seconds. So finally bought a software that has stop motion. It's not the highest quality, but it's still very good price. Better than free, and then not quite as much as spending so much on specific stop motion software. So it was good. It had the basics, had all the tools I personally need. So it worked. Oh, Frank, I know you want to leave, but you were already out and you ran off. You were a naughty dog. Frank, you doggy. So once once I got the movie editing software that has stop motion animation in it, and I used it and it worked, and it was pretty good. I decided to immediately plan out more episodes of the Studio Show with stop motion animation in it. So when I get to it, I'll use that. So I was like, let me do a paper cutout one. Since I've done digital, let me do a paper cutout one, which I did. Oh, Frank, play with the door stopper. Somebody's being fussy. Somebody's being a little bit fussy. Frank, you're being fussy? Oh, I know. There's other dogs in this house. He wants to play with them. But he just under a little punishment. Little punishment because you ran off. There's a moment where I worried about you. I was like, okay, the 2 other dogs are here. Where's my son? Huh. Frank. Come on, relax. Relax, sweetie. One more frame like this. Well, 2 more frames. Frank, come on. Now I'm gonna now the next scene it will just be him turning into little like human Clayman. All right, Frank. Give me a second. And we're back. Yeah, try to do the best to do. I wanted to do this stream for a while. I wanted to do it with like the best timing with no interruptions, and I thought today was a quiet time to do it. Eh, kind of was, but sorry for the interruptions. Go. So we got 15 minutes left in the stream or so. So yeah, I thought this was the best time to do this. That was a quite nice, like quite calm day. I checked my scheduling for episodes of the show. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do this a couple days ago, but never really got the chance to do so. So, so that's so I did 3 videos with stop motion animation using the new stop motion software, movie editing software that has stop motion, and it was the paper cutout that I said before, and also 2 more stop motion specials. So, so that's what happened. Just trying. Look at it go. Look at it go. So here we are. Yeah. So the first one you saw was the cutout. That's the first time I did with that stop motion software, and there's 2 upcoming stop motion specials of the Sergio show. That's going to be stop motion animated using the stop motion software that's been done. Excuse me a second. At some point, he's going to turn into a little human character, which will be soon. We're almost 15 seconds in. And by the time we do that, it will be, like 4 frames. So maybe this will be longer, 15 seconds. Now I'm going to actually take this whole thing and just like now start molding it into a little clay person. Yeah, we're 15 seconds in to the animation. So that's like my little history on my experience in stop motion animation. Oh, I did do back in like 2011 or so, or 2012. I did do a stop motion animation project for college, where we took some toy cars and just animate them going. So yeah, I was trying to mold it, maybe like slowly mold it, but maybe I should just have it like quickly shift. All right, we're close to 200 frames, and we are like 8 minutes away from this live stream to be over, and everything's just calm right now. So I'm just gonna mold this person already. Have him do a little gesture and just end this. Let's see. Let me see if I can do it in front of you guys. Person here with him. You got his legs. You got his thing over here. It's kind of looking like a person. Oh, we got something here. We got something. Look at that. A big leg. One leg bigger than the other one, which is fine. It's fun for this case. There we go. Nice, like rushed little person. Little click character. Perfect. Let me see if I can get it going. Like, whoa. Oh. Oh. All right. That's it. I've done about 245 frames of animation on 12 frames per second. It's like 20 seconds, 20.10 seconds of animation. So that's very good. Yeah. A little bit more than I expected to do in this stream. So I'm going to end this here. I do want to say a couple more things. So yeah, that's a little video of a little clay thing turning into a clay character, and just wanted to improvise, and that's how it went. It was fun. It was a lot of fun trying to do this. It was kind of difficult to do it live, you know, when you're by yourself. You can make the mistakes, take breaks in the middle, all that stuff, but, you know, it's difficult doing it live. So if you can hear between all my like breathing and like pausing and repeating, I do love stop motion animation also, and I try to make it as whenever I can, and with whatever tools that I have with me, and I hope it comes out great and you enjoy it. Well, another thing I also want to mention, you see this Play-Doh that I've used this whole time? Well, this Play-Doh is part of a character that's going to be in a stop motion episode of the Sergio Show in season 20. So look out for that. He's part of a bigger character. Literally, he's a piece of it. So yeah, you better watch out for me because I am clay animated. But he's Play-Doh, so it dries. So I got to put him back in the bag. No, what are you doing? Ah, no. Oh, that actually feels good. Yeah. Stop motion animation is fun. I know it's tedious. Well, it's all tedious, depends on how you execute it. I mean, I'm just using like a couple cameras, a couple of lamps, some tape, and my own speed. And that's how I came up with a couple of specials and try to make them as quickly as possible. The first stop motion special took 4 months. The second stop motion special took another 4 months. But the third one took 4 days. That was a 6-year gap, and I still had pre stop motion software, so I was still figuring it out. But it came out fairly quick. Then the next couple of stop motion videos took a day or two each. Yeah, like 2 days each. The next 3 like stop motion videos, like one you already saw, the other 2 coming up fairly quick, like 2 days each. It was insane how I did it all at the time, but yeah, it's probably just skills and how I can figure all this out, and that's it. I love stop motion. I hope you enjoyed this little stream. I think I covered more tracks obviously here than hand drawn, but that's how this goes. That's how it works. But yeah, that's it for now. Any questions, comments down below. Follow me on social media and all that good stuff. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I am Sergio Dominguez saying have an animated day. Ow!